Hey Alphas, and welcome back to the lab. It's your online dracologist here. In today's journey in the archipelago, we're taking a trip to Melody Island, which has a dragon living there to further study closely. Amber, hypnotic, colourful, and deadly are all words that describe this particular dragon. That's right, in today's video of Dragon Biology, we're discussing everyone's favourite deadly butterfly dragon. No, not you, we'll discuss you later. Also, you're not yet iconic. The Death Song, also known as the Melody Killer. So I'm My Four Phases, and this is Death Song Biology Explained. Check out the following entries in this video series to learn more about the dragons of the How to Train Your Dragon world. With that said, let's get into it. The egg of a death song is a rather interesting topic, not because it's inherently a really interesting topic though appropriate, but because we have seen 3 variations on what the eggs of a death song look like. This is because of the fact that School of Dragons, Rise of Berk, and Race to the Edge are all managed separately by different teams of devs, writers, and artists. From a scientific standpoint though, 2 of these egg designs seem more suited for the wild. Both the School of Dragons and Race to the Edge eggs share a grey palette that would blend seamlessly into the rocky crevices of Melody Island, camouflaging them among the grey stones that dominate the archipelago. This natural coloration would provide crucial protection from predators. On the other hand, the egg depicted in Rise of Berk is brighter and more iridescent, visually striking but far less practical for hiding in the wild. Such vibrant colours would likely make it an easy target for other dragons. However, if we consider the Changewing eggs, which also have bright colours, there's room for personal interpretation. But what does the dragon look like upon hatching? Well, this. Very chubby like most baby animals and toned down characteristic of what the dragon will grow into when reaching adulthood. But the next question is, what does that look like? The Death Song has a long, slender body and large graceful wings with trailing edges. These wings are bright orange with intricate violet and yellow swirls and several violet eye spots resembling those of a thunder drum, which is quite funny to be honest, given their relationship. Hello everyone, this is My Four Phases editing the video right now. I really don't understand why the wiki would say that. If you actually make the spots look like a thunder drum's mouth, you get this f***ing cursed image, so there you go everyone. Its long, slender tail features a sail with curved edges similar to that of a monstrous nightmare. The body is mainly orange with darker stripes on the back and tail, resembling a timberjack. The vibrant coloration of blue, yellow, and orange on its wings and tail, along with the intricate patterns, could be used for mating displays and intimidating predators or rivals. The violet frills expanding from the side of its head, along with the curved nasal horn and 2 twisting horns on the back of its head, could provide defensive features. The frills and barbels on the underside of its jaw likely enhance sensory perception. The aerodynamic design of its slender body and large wings aids in swift and agile flight, whilst the tail, sails, and the curved edges contribute to enhanced maneuverability and stability in the air. The small row of blunt spikes on the top of its head and the ridges on the tip of its tail further enhance its protective adaptations. Death Songs are extremely solitary dragons, primarily because they will eat any dragon including their own kind that gets too close. Unlike most dragons, the Death Song abandons their young shortly after hatching, and are often hostile towards the hatchlings of their own kind. However, in some cases they may adopt and care for younger Death Songs if the hatchlings sing a song they like. Baby Death Songs are notably noisy, throwing screaming fits unless they are sung or fed. Despite their solitary and aggressive nature, the Death Songs can be friendly towards humans and other dragons they trust, as demonstrated by Garth's interactions with Astrid and Stormfly. The Death Song as a dragon I would arguably say is closer to the top of the food chain. Its siren-like call and powerful firepower preventing prey escape make it a feared hunter. The Death Song is highly territorial and solitary by nature. This territoriality ensures steady supply of prey, reducing competition for resources. As an apex predator, the Death Song plays a crucial role in regulating dragon populations. By preying on other dragons, it maintains a balance, preventing any single species from becoming too dominant and ensuring biodiversity. And in response, we have the Sliverwing, the only known natural predator of the Death Song. As we have discussed, this dragon tends to abandon its young. Reasons could suggest a strategy where only the strongest and most capable offspring survive, which may help maintain the species' high predatory status, or they might just eat their young like male sharks. The Death Song's bright and vivid colours may serve as both a warning to potential threats and as camouflage amongst the colourful flora and amber it produces. Some individuals like the Dazzlewing use its bright colorations to confuse prey. The Death Song is very adapted to its environment, picking mountainous and foresty areas to help the echo of its call and to serve as an ambushing hunting strategy. Also, we know Melody Island has lots of caves in which the Death Song can build nests from with its amber, insulating it from the elements or creating a protective barrier. So when it comes to the biggest mysteries of the death song, its firepower is right up there with its siren song. So let's break it down, starting with the infamous amber. I feel like it's important to do a quick checklist. This amber is a durable, hardening liquid, strong and highly resistant to water pressure, but it's got one big weakness: heat. Sounds like a tough substance to identify, right? Well, in the real world, there's actually a creature that comes pretty close. Let me introduce you to the velvet worm, or Ornocophora, Ornocophora. I'm going to translate this 1 second. Ornocophora. These little guys can shoot a glue-like substance to trap their prey, preventing escape and making it easy for them to chew down. Sound familiar? Just like the death song, this slime hardens and is incredibly strong. Some say it is strong as industrial polymers, like nylon, which can handle some serious weight. For a bit of perspective, nylon can carry or resist weights of over 5,600 kilograms. That's about 2 gronkles. Now, the death song produces this amber in much larger volumes, so it's pretty believable to say that it could trap something as heavy as a zippleback. Was that a plug to reference the previous biology video? Not really, happy accidents. Even the way a velvet worm and a death song secrete their firepower is similar, going from streams to thicker blobs, gloops, if you will. Weird word to be honest, but just like the death song's amber, this glue has low heat resistance because it's biological compound. One drawback I didn't mention, this substance is also a phosphate, which means it's soluble in water. But we don't really know how water resistant the death song's amber really is, especially when mixed with gronkle iron, but it's definitely something to think about. And just like that, we're done with the word amber for now, I promise. Let's move on to the Titan Wing death song, and let's see how this dragon mega evolves. Shit, I made that joke last video. Oops, let's just get on with it. The Titan Wing death song in School of Dragons has 2 pair of long twisted horns on its head and a much larger nasal horn. The spikes on the back of its tail are longer and sharper, and its tail fins develop more curved shapes. Its frills are considerably larger, being almost as long as its horns. Let's peel back the scales and examine the death song's muscular structure. Starting with its wings, the chest muscles, specifically the pectoralis major and minor, are the powerhouses behind the death song's powerful flight. These muscles control the strong downstrokes that keep this dragon aloft and allow for rapid flapping when speed is essential. Another key muscle, the supracoracoideus, plays a crucial role in the upstroke, enabling quick retraction of the wings for swift altitude adjustments or dives similar to the muscles in birds that allow for quick, efficient wing movements. Now let's move on to its slender body. Despite its slim appearance, the death song is packed with lean muscles optimized for flexibility and endurance. The back muscles, known as the apaxal muscles, run along the spine and are essential for its twisting and turning agility. These muscles are particularly dense around the shoulders and hips to support its massive wings and long tail, much like how a cheetah's body is built for speed and agility. Speaking of the tail, it's a prehensile powerhouse. This requires a complex network of muscles and tendons, like the cordofemoralis. This muscle helps stabilize the dragon in flight or strike with force. Additionally, muscles like the levator cordo and flexor corda provide the fine control needed for whip-like movements, making the tail both a balancing tool and a formidable weapon, similar to how a cat uses its tail for balance and quick turns. The head frills are another fascinating feature. They likely contain a mix of muscle and cartilage, allowing them to expand and contract, much like how a bat uses its ears to sense its environment. Lastly, the jaw muscles, particularly the masseter and temporalis, are incredibly strong, giving the death song the bite force needed to crush scales and produce its hypnotic siren song. These muscles are similar to those found in larger predators like lions, known for their powerful bites. Now let's talk bones. The death song's skeleton is a masterpiece of natural engineering, built for both flexibility and strength, perfectly complementing its formidable muscles. The death song's elongated skull is both lightweight and durable, designed to house powerful jaw muscles like the masseter and temporalis, anchored to strong arches called zygomatic arches. This structure gives the dragon an extraordinary bite force capable of crushing through scales. The skull also supports an extended nasal horn, adding to its iconic appearance. The frills are connected to the skull by small flexible bones, allowing for independent movement. This could be used for display or to enhance a dragon's sensory abilities, similar to how a dog's ears move to pick up sound. The spine, tightly connected yet allow for remarkable agility, crucial for swift, precise movements. Reinforced ridges to help distribute impact forces, whether during high-speed dives or aerial battles. While serving as an anchor point for the back muscles that power fluid flight and powerful strikes, is set up as akin to the spine of a snake, allowing for both strength and flexibility. The wings are supported by an intricate framework of hollow yet strong bones, similar to those in birds of prey. The elongated humerus humerus, radius, and ulna provide the structural support needed for the dragon's massive wingspan. Finger-like bones called phalanges extend along the wings, supporting the vibrant membranes. These bones, combined with the powerful chest muscles, drive strong wing beats that define the death song's aerial prowess. Imagine the wings of an eagle, but scaled up and reinforced for dragon-sized strength. Finally, the tail structure is designed for balance, power, and precision. It starts thick and robust at the base, tapering to a more flexible tip, precise and powerful enough to knock back an enemy out of the sky. The tail muscles are anchored to the spine, providing the strength needed for rapid whip-like strikes, similar to how a crocodile's tail can deliver powerful blows. Now alphas, the moment you've been waiting for, the death song Siren Call, its signature ability that gives it its name. How does this ability work? Well, I have a few theories to discuss, some of those mentioned by you in the Discord, which you should totally join by the way. The death song uses this call to lure prey into its territory. Once a creature is within range, the dragon strikes, ensnaring them in amber before they even have time to react. But how does this call work? Let's break it down. The death song might use mimicry, copying sounds like baby dragon calls, distressed roars, or even the call of alpha dragons. This tactic could trigger protective instincts or curiosity in other dragons, drawing them in. In nature, many predators use similar techniques like orcas. Actually, I'm gonna let a good friend of the channel explain this section. Go ahead, New Orca.
Research has shown that orcas have been known to mimic calls of seals or other marine mammals to lure them closer. This tactic shows that the predators can use the sounds of their prey or similar species to trick them into coming near. They have been found to also mimic human speech, which is crazy, though not fully researched.
Okay, thank you for being part of the video. Now goodbye. Get 'em, death song. Or cuckoo birds imitating other species to sneak their offspring into different nests. The hypnotic effect of a death song's call might involve psychoacoustics, a study of how sound affects the brain. The call may operate at specific frequencies that can influence the minds of other creatures, putting them in a trance-like state. By changing the pitch and tempo, the death song could create feelings of calm or confusion, overwhelming the prey's senses and making them more vulnerable. The death song Siren Call likely combines elements from both theories. It could use infrasound to create fear, harmonics to overwhelm the senses, and mimicry to deceive. This multi-layered approach would affect the mental and physical states of dragons, drawing them in, disorientating them, and ultimately trapping them in amber to become a dragon Big Mac. With both high and low frequencies at its disposal, the death song could attract dragons from far away. It could have the best solo band tour of its life.
3, 2, 1, go!
But I guess it would get cancelled for eating people, lol. Now with everything we know about the death song, let's delve into the strengths and weaknesses of this melody killer, knowing ways to train it and ways to disarm the dragon if needed in a first-hand encounter. Hunting. The hypnotic call lures prey, amber traps them for an ambush. Strength and combat. Strong jaws lift heavy dragons, tail can take down foes. Endurance and stamina. Can crash into walls and keep flying for long distances. Speed and agility. Fast and agile in the air, though sharp turns are tricky. Stealth. Uses this call to hypnotize and sneak up on prey. Immunity to eels. Immune to eel toxins unlike many dragons. Intelligence. Learns to mimic dragon calls and even human songs. And even how Garth reacted against the Sliverwings. Sliverwing venom. Neutralizes its amber, making it vulnerable. Resistance to luring songs. Dragons like the Thunderdrum are immune and earplugs work too. Small spaces. Struggles in caves and tight areas due to its size. Sound sensitivity. Certain songs can calm, distract or enrage it. So let's use all these to our advantage to either train the dragon or defeat it if really needed. And that, alphas, wraps up our deep dive into the fascinating biology of the death song. If you enjoyed this journey in the archipelago, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more dragon biology videos and other series coming to the channel. Check these videos out on screen now to tie yourself over whilst I work on the next Dragon Forge video. With that said, alphas, keep your hearts brave and flying high, and happy dragon training. I want to give a big shout out to the channel's first patrons. It's a massive help to the channel and I appreciate it so much.